is that time. We're doing it live. This is the Outcast podcast. We apologize if we've interrupted your regular day.
No, we don't. We really meant to do that shit.
But we are here to disturb the internet and maybe get kicked off today. Who knows? But we appreciate you coming along for the experience. We are the Outcast podcast. I'm Gentry, and today I am sporting my Washington Generals shirt. We'll talk about that. That's a pretty...
It's not
now,
bad,
is that an extra medium there?
It's a schmedium.
It's a small medium.
I'm going to tell the story.
I think it looks great on you, bro.
It does.
If you haven't picked up on it, I've been wearing a different jersey for every show for 2025, and I still got more to wear, but I'm digging deep now. I'm having to dig deep.
Hey, that's what she said.
Hey, but that's me. Let's hear from my man Ramo G. What's going on there, freaking Puerto Rican?
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Long brown.
Yeah, no, it's all right. We're all the same.
I see you're repping the Boilermakers, which is I'm a fan of them. I was born maybe 45 minutes away from West Lafayette, Indiana. Purdue Boilermakers play.
I just like to pee. The hat's cool. You know,
I like to pee in the Margaritaville pool.
Exactly.
I like to pee.
Yeah.
Look at Tomkat. Tomkat always has to take the shine.
Sorry.
We were asking.
It was a good set.
Okay,
my bad.
My bad. On his shirt.
That looks like Jimmy Johnson,
It
don't
does
it?
look like Jimmy Johnson.
All right, Tomkat, tell the story about your shirt. I know you want to tell that story. Tell the story.
I really did mean to steal your shine, Ramo. But this
you're
is a
good.
cool shirt I had it made at the mall where we get a lot of our shirts made at Edison Custom Ink. Thank you, Edison Custom Ink. But it is, I pee in the Margaritaville pool. Of course, there's lots of Margaritaville resorts all over the world. It's just a little jab at the Margaritaville. And it's just about I made a song called I Pee in the Margaritaville Pool. It's a very good song. You can find it on Apple and Spotify, anywhere you get you at YouTube. You can listen to it for free. But and then I had the shirt made about peeing in the pool.
Did you actually pee in the Margaritaville pool at some point?
No, I can't tell you that, Gentry. Most people say they don't pee in the pool, but I'm here to tell you.
You ever let one
I
of
think
those...
people do pee in the pool.
You ever put...
He poops in the pool.
No. Oh, I did poop in the
Did
pool.
poop in the pool. Yeah, let's not forget. You told that story.
I did. Yeah, I did tell that story, didn't I?
Now we can't not.
So they're lucky, let me tell you that the shirt isn't different.
I think on the B side of this album, you should put I pooped into the Margaritaville.
It wouldn't be funny then.
Then it had to be his picture.
And there's the album cover.
that is-
Why the sheep? What does that mean?
That's another just a little fun dig.
A dig?
You're just saying all the sheep go to Margaritaville?
Yeah. It's a sheep.
Because you DJ at the competing place.
That's right.
It's like a Tupac versus Biggie thing going on in Fort Myers Beach.
And we're like Porky's next door, the hotel that I work at. You know, like
true.
we're right next door. We're the old Florida hotel that's been there through all the hurricanes.
Look,
and like,
you want to go party and do some cocaine?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
We don't encourage
No, it's a
that.
family establishment,
Oh, okay.
but it's
We
like,
do
you
not
know,
encourage that.
but it
I'm
does
busy,
get
sir.
fun.
I'm trying to help, sorry.
And there are bikinis, and it is fun. And it's a good time.
My apologies.
But
gotta
we're right
have
next to the
bikinis.
Margaritaville, and you know, there's a good competition. But we love the Margaritaville because we did get hit by a hurricane, and if they weren't there, we might not have any business.
Sure.
Because that hurricane blew everything else away.
It did.
So,
it did.
anyways,
No.
sorry to take your shine, Ramo.
No. I love it because you're giving love to people who deserve it.
Well, we haven't gotten to Memphis yet. Let's get to Memphis. What's going on with you today, man? How are you doing today?
Ron Brown. No,
chilling.
wait a minute. That's the right Brown. Yeah.
I'm black. Thanks.
Well,
Yes. I'm doing good, man.
You did mistake someone for being black earlier on one of our other podcasts. There was a mistake. Didn't you say someone was
Oh yeah,
black?
I was thinking Mellow Man Ace because he looked black.
Who is it that you
a
thought?
lot of Hispanics.
Mellow
do,
Man
man.
Ace.
Can we look him up and see?
Mellow
Let me
Man
see if I
Ace.
take a guess if the guy is black. Mellow.
Because
How do you spell his name?
Is this going to be a
Mellow
new game
Man.
on the show?
Yeah,
can
like
tell you
Mellow.
something. Yeah, but
Then spell man.
Even when he rapped, he had
then
like a
Ace.
Spanish.
Yeah, not all the time though.
Mellow Mayonnaise.
Yeah, Mellow Man Ace. That's what I said.
See if we can get a picture of Mellow Mayonnaise up there.
Mellow
Hello, mayonnaise.
Mellow
that-
mayonnaise. Yeah,
Is that his
Man
name?
Ace.
You're totally not saying.
Ace.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
ACE.
Mellow Mayonnaise.
Hello, mayonnaise.
Like he passes for
Yeah,
black.
that's LL Cool J's
That
cousin.
is not LL. Well,
He's
no,
Cuban.
I think.
He looks like LL Cool J's cousin.
Yeah, but he looked black.
He was
I'm gonna
born
agree.
in Cuba.
I agree.
Yeah,
He looks black. but-
You know, Cubans are part African
African,
too,
yeah,
right?
so-
They don't
yeah.
like to
All-
claim it.
All the islands are.
Yeah, all the islands are, but
All the
most of them
islands
don't
are.
like to claim it except for Haiti and fucking Jamaica.
We claim it.
Yeah, or the Puerto
Some
Ricans.
of us, yeah,
some
we
of
claim-
some
yeah.
Puerto Ricans do, but
We're
a
proud
lot
of.
them don't.
We're
yeah.
proud of everything
Yeah.
that we are.
Do you
Yeah.
think Mellow Mayonnaise? Did you think he dances to?
Mellow mayonnaise.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
Not Ace.
I
Not
need that on my
mayonnaise.
sandwich. It sounds
Do you
good.
Yeah.
think? Do you think he does the
that
conga Memphis?
Cubano sandwich.
I don't know. I don't know. That's
Come to find out, he's not African American. I guess is not the verdict.
No, that's not.
Well, I mean, not African American, but he obviously has African roots. Yeah,
he's still African though.
African Cuban.
Well, I guess I'm glad that we cleared that up. But you learn something new every day here on the show.
See, look at that.
You're welcome, America. Me, I got some there.
All right, so we got a great show lined up today. Let's get into it. I will tell the story about why I have the jersey on is because it's March Madness and we're going to be making our picks on the show today. And so I've been wearing a different jersey, but we were making some plays out on the court earlier, me and Ramo behind the back and making some
wild
around. Wild trick shots.
That was in the garage.
Rim shots.
And I was like, we're at like the Harlem Globetrotters out here, the way we're moving the ball around. And then it made me think of I forgot my old man many years ago in 1991, I guess.
That's wild.
Because it says it on the jersey. He was with the local radio station when Harlem Globetrotters came to town, and he got to be the team that gets destroyed, which is the Washington Generals, I believe they called them.
That's fun, yeah.
And so he got in for a few plays, and he's not good at basketball at all, but I just figured I would break out that
nice.
jersey.
Didn't you say he got fouled or something?
He went to the line and he did the under the,
underhanded.
Rick Barry used to shoot his free throws like that, where you do it underhanded, like granny shot.
Did he make them?
I think he went 1 for 2 in the game.
That's not bad.
So he
1 for 2. That was a layup. That was easy.
50%.
Underhand.
He got in the game though, and he did play. Unfortunately, I don't think the Washington Generals have ever beaten the Harlem Globetrotters. I think you could look that up. See if we can ask ChatGPT. Has the Washington Generals ever beat the Harlem Globetrotters? And what a great song when I think of Sweet Georgia Brown, that little whistling. I don't want to play it because they'll kick us off the internet. But
Good idea. Good idea.
Can you whistle that, Tomkat? Do you know that theme?
Please.
I don't remember it right now.
The Harlem, where you weren't.
It's just, I can't remember
Georgia
it.
Brown.
It's just the. I am totally just whistling. I have no idea.
That was pretty good.
I can't remember it.
You don't understand that.
I can hear it in my head. They're like, yes, they're passing the ball around. They put it on the little kid's hand. He's like, oh my God.
Look at this. Yes, the Washington Generals defeated the Harlem Globetrotters, but only a handful of times.
Okay.
The most famous victory occurred on January the 5th, 1971. It was in Martin, Tennessee, when the Generals, then playing as the New Jersey Reds that night. See, so that's not the Generals winning. That's the New Jersey Reds. They won 100-99, and the game ended when a Globetrotter player mistakenly ran out the clock instead of attempting a final shot. Since then, the Globetrotters have rarely lost to the Generals, as their matchups are primarily exhibitions with scripts. But, that's the Harlem Globetrotters. I know that they're they're still out there doing their thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they got the little dude with them now. I think they have a little person with them.
And they got like a couple girls on the team, too.
I wonder why they always are mainly pick the Washington Generals to beat.
That's their traveling whipping boy.
Right,
they just travel with the team to get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
But I just figured I would tell a backstory and shout out to BJ the DJ, my old man who taught me all the radio things I know.
I love your dad.
I'm repping his jersey. It's a little schmedium on me, so it's showing my man boobs today, but I apologize.
The moobs.
Yeah, he was actually one of the first morning show hosts I got to see in action.
You got to see him in action?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
What was he doing that night?
Him and the show host, they had some old chick. They were banging her in the.
Yeah.
Don't get my old man in any trouble.
I know, right? Why are you snitching? That's the
doing
second time
his job like
third time.
He was really
it's the
good.
third time. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Counting your dry snitches today, Ramo. This is the third dry snitch of the day.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Gentry got you on tape on one with a little recorder, and you were still like, let's go. I'm ready to dry snitch on somebody today.
Dry snitched on his dad.
Let's move on to our next topic.
Thank you.
All right, this is a profound thing brought to us by our very own Memphis on Air. Memphis on Air came up with this idea where he put it in the group text, but he said nobody answer until the show. But it's what would you tell your 70-year-old self?
We need to ask you to stop eating those 50s.
What? Why? I give you guys amazing content. Knock it off.
Fuck just happened there.
So I guess I'll let Memphis start since he wanted to do this.
You can't handle the truth.
I want to see where you're going with this.
What is it that you would say yourself? What would you say to your 50-year-old self?
Let
me get my vape.
your 70-year-old self.
Oh, your 70-year-old self. Sorry, I apologize.
What did you say?
What would you? It was like what would you ask yourself?
Okay.
What would you ask your 70-year-old self?
What would you ask your 70-year-old self? I would ask my 70-year-old self, was it all worth it?
Was it all worth it?
Was it all worth it?
And what do you think you're going to say when you answer the question?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
All right, let's go to Tomkat. What are you going to ask your 70-year-old self if you had that opportunity?
Who won the 2026 World Series?
That's hilarious.
Nice.
What are you, Biff?
Yeah.
Good job.
Why not?
You want to win some money.
Money.
About that money. All right, Ramo, what are you going to ask your 70-year-old self?
I'm gonna ask him if my dick still gets hard. That way I can make sure I take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know they got
do the
pills
right
for that,
things. You know what I'm
dog.
saying? Well, but I don't want to do that if I don't have to.
Well, that's true. That's true. You know, this new generation, they popping all these erectile dysfunction pills and shit.
Yeah.
Somebody used to be the
They
best
want
night
to
in life.
fuck.
Like, y'all 30, 20-some years old can't fuck.
They look like ecstasy now.
fuck?
Now,
Like
would
they're
you?
little red
Terrible.
pills.
Yeah.
Here's a
flames
question for
on
you,
and
Memphis.
shit.
Yes.
I'll flip it on you. Would you rather talk to your 17-year-old self or your 70-year-old self? Which one would you like to have the
Ooh,
opportunity
wow.
to talk to?
It'd be still my 70-year-old self, because my 17, if I wouldn't say anything to my 17-year-old self, because
Nothing?
because
Not even lottery numbers?
okay, so maybe now you put it that way, because I'm looking at it a whole nother way. Like, maybe I'll sprinkle, like, for this, I'll like invest in a thing called Google when you get the chance.
Yeah. Tell them what they'd be like. You'd be like, Google.
Like, listen,
What is that? Baby
like-
stuff? Google. What? Goo Goo Gaga? What are you
Like,
talking about?
Google, like, trust me, this will be happy if you do this. Idiot.
What about you, Ramo? Rather talk to your 17-year-old self and, tell them to tighten up, or would you tell the 70-year-old self you want to have a conversation with the elder?
That's a really deep question here, especially to ask me when I'm super high.
We are going
We all
deep.
are really high right now.
Yeah, I'm
man,
used to
bro.
going deep. So definitely I would prefer to speak to my 7-year-old, because 17, I was a knucklehead. I probably wouldn't listen to myself right now. But at least now I'm smart enough to listen to what I would have to tell myself to maintain whatever it is that I need to do to go even beyond that. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck did this dude just say?
Hey, you wanted to go deep.
No, I think that was good.
That was really good. That was
Yeah,
really
No,
A good point, especially because I don't think your younger self might not even listen to you. You kind of might waste it, right?
Right,
But at
100%.
least you could learn something from your older
because
self.
you know who you were at 17. You know who you were. You know what I mean? Like, when I was 17, I was out here. Man, look, I was almost not here anymore. So yeah.
And true story, when I was about that age, my brother was in high school and they showed them a video in class, and it was an accidental. Before the video, they showed the lottery drawing.
Mhm.
And he said it was from like 2 days from then. And he came home and told my mom and my aunt them the numbers. And they were like, nah, it was probably just a mess up, like blah, 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 blah. Like, no, it
But
was
had he
wrong.
d-
Them fucking numbers came out. And I remember it was
No
draw
way.
3, 298 was the number. And it came out. And he didn't listen. We didn't listen. We didn't listen.
I'm gonna play them numbers tonight, and if I hit, I'll sprinkle y'all down with something. Definitely.
Dope.
298.
Yeah.
That's what he said. That's what I'm gonna play.
Is there a pick 3 tonight? Is that a thing?
I don't know what's today, Wednesday.
I think they
don't
draw
know.
every night. Those
Don't
the
do-
pick
do they?
3, pick 4.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do. They do like the
And then
afternoon
the big
and then
draws,
the night ones.
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
All right,
Yeah.
good stuff. Let's move on to our next topic, which is we are here to play some basketball. We got
Word.
March Madness kicking off this
I
Thursday.
forgot to look at them.
64 teams, if they haven't changed it, I believe, get invited to March Madness. Only one team can survive. They narrow it down to that Final Four. Today, we're going to be making our hot picks and see who we come up with. It's always fun gambling. Do you think people really love sports, or do you think people really love gambling, Ramo?
Both.
What do you
Oh,
think?
Sorry.
Definitely there's a handful of people that are just so much into sports and they love it, but betting has definitely become a big part of it, even to the sports lover.
Yeah, they're constantly putting it in front of your face now.
They-
It's like
they
you
are.
could bet on this batter. Like, what is
Sure.
he going to do at this at bat?
Yeah.
You can literally bet on every play. Are they going to run or are they going to pass?
Well, and they let you put bets together to try to, you know.
It's wild.
Yeah,
Remember
it
back in
wasn't
the
extra
day,
money
like
and
betting
shit.
was just such a shameful thing to do.
It's illegal now.
Yeah, like now it's like you're right. It's
Apps on the phone.
Yep.
if you can
Parlays
control
and
it
shit.
and whatever, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You're an adult. Control
Yeah.
yourself.
Can we put the bets off number up here on the screen? So if anybody think about betting, just
Call 1-800-BET-OFF.
bets off. Is that it?
Is that, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Just made
think
it up.
that's it. Can we have the guys in the
That's a
back?
different number, guys.
I say, hey, man, you don't, you miss every ball you don't swing at, okay?
Hey.
Gamble it away, and maybe you'll get rich. You know, good luck to you.
Eh.
I've seen people gamble their money and win.
I'd rather be
I
happy.
have.
Sorry.
It has not been me, not yet. But I'm gonna play 298.
All right, if we could pull the bracket up, we're gonna go from eldest to youngest.
Bracket, yeah.
That each of us is gonna pick a region. So we're gonna start with Ramo, since you'd be the oldest.
And
So
I
you-
can't read, so make
you
sure
get
it's
the
somebody
South-
close by me.
You get the South region, so it's either Alabama or Alabama State. Let's do this quickly, or it could take a while.
Auburn, that's Auburn,
I'm
jackass.
sorry, Auburn or
Yeah.
Alabama State. Go ahead. Now, Louisville or Creighton? What do you think? Louisville or Creighton?
I get to pick between the four, right?
Yeah, just pick the damn team.
Louisville
Shut up.
or Creighton?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go Louisville.
Louisville or
Yeah, Louisville. Yeah, that one.
All right, Michigan or UC San Diego. There's always a 12 that upsets, say.
five.
Yeah,
five.
there is.
So there's
There
always
is.
going to be one.
But I don't think it's gonna be Michigan.
You think Michigan's going to be fine?
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one. Texas A&M, Yale. What do you think? Texas
Let's
A&M,
go.
Yale. What do you think?
I think Texas.
Texas A&M. Okay.
Uh.
Ole Miss or North Carolina. Now, North Carolina is a blue blood.
Yeah.
But they're 11 seed. I can't tell you the last time I seen the Tar Heels an 11
They
seed.
shouldn't even made it in. They
Yeah.
Really?
I know West Virginia fans are
I'm gonna
upset.
pick I'm gonna pick an upset then.
You're picking North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's not a bad pick. You never know. Iowa State or Lipscomb.
Well, let's go Lipscomb. No, I think Iowa might got this one.
Okay,
I've heard a lot
those
about
are the
them.
Cyclones, I believe.
Yeah.
Marquette or New Mexico.
I think New Mexico's gonna win, but I'm gonna let's go
Okay,
New Mexico.
yeah. Now a question, geographical question. Anybody know where Marquette is? Anybody?
Yep.
Where is it?
Milwaukee.
I believe it's in northern Michigan, isn't it?
No, it's in Milwaukee.
Is it in Milwaukee? I'll have to look that up. Michigan
Yeah.
State
I know
or,
it's in
or Bryant?
Midwest.
Michigan State or Bryant?
Let's go with Michigan Sweet.
Michigan Sweet. Okay, that's something new, but that's cool. Okay, Auburn or Louisville?
Louisville.
Louisville. Wow,
Oh,
big
wow.
upset.
Yeah.
Michigan's Texas A&M.
Texas.
Texas, okay.
Yeah,
North
Texas.
Carolina, Iowa. Where it's getting to be sticky here. What do you
I think Iowa.
Iowa, yeah, they're tough.
Yeah.
New Mexico or Michigan State?
Let's go with New Mexico. I haven't seen either one play, but
Wow.
they're
Now,
that's a
are
big
you
upset.
picking New Mexico because of the word Mexico in the name?
Yes,
I know that
man.
you have
Wrong,
Yes,
time.
I'm looking for
wrong,
Brown.
wrong.
Yeah. No, maybe I should go with Michigan, huh?
I don't
Since
know.
I'm
No, you
over-
can't
you already-
change. You already
can't
said it.
change.
All
Okay,
right.
you
No,
sure?
you can't change.
All right, Dick.
Now let's go to the top here. Louisville or Texas A&M? Come on.
Let's go with Louisville.
Louisville, you get 1 second to make a pick. Iowa State or New Mexico?
Iowa.
Okay, and finally for the final four, who's your pick? Is it Louisville or is it Iowa State?
I'll say Iowa.
Iowa
State, the Cyclones.
The Cyclones. Nice picks, Ramo. Down the line, our next picker is going to be the one and only as we go from eldest to youngest. That would be you, Tomkat. You are next.
Boom.
You are
Let's
next.
do this.
Okay, let's do it. Put him on the board. Tomkat, it's time for your picks.
Okay.
Duke or the play-in team?
Duke or the playing team? Don't I get to pick the? I'm over here. Oh man.
Duke or the play-in team?
Over here.
Which one do you think?
I don't get to do the Auburn one over
No,
No,
you get your
everyone
own.
gets their
You
own,
get your
so it
own.
doesn't
Yeah,
take
yeah.
all day.
there. Okay, so I'm gonna go
You gotta choose quick.
Duke.
Okay, that should have been easier to make, but Mississippi or Baylor? What do you think? Just pick one.
Let's see.
You gotta pick.
Mississippi.
Mississippi, okay.
Mississippi State.
They're the Bulldogs, I believe. Oregon or Liberty? Liberty or Oregon? Who do you like?
I don't know anything about these teams, man.
Just pick a
Pick
fucking
good
team.
team.
You pick
Look
them
at
for
the
me. Then.
numbers.
I
No,
don't
you
know.
gotta pick.
This
man.
is
If it's
part of
like
the
that
game,
and you're
man.
giving me a second, what does it matter? All
Look
right,
at the
Oregon.
numbers.
Oregon.
Oregon, Arizona,
Excellent.
BYU, Wisconsin,
Nice.
St. Mary's, Alabama. Run it. Where's the next one? All the top ones. Hit all the top ones and run
All
it.
right.
Let's go.
You know what that reminds me of? If you've ever seen the movie Summer School.
Yes.
At the very
I
end,
was thinking.
when the guy's like going through him, he's like C, 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 C. He picks C for everyone on the test.
And if I win, it'll be hilarious.
Okay, so who's in his final four? Who is his team?
Duke.
Can we put it up?
Duke.
Okay, Duke. All right.
Duke.
That was
Duke
fast.
team.
Duke.
I think people
Duke.
are hating on Duke. Actually, if you would have done your research, they're not healthy going into the tournament.
Research. I had no idea what's going on.
Okay, nice job, Tomkat.
Thank you.
Okay,
He's
on
focused
to
on
our
the game after the show.
on to our next picker. This would be Memphis. It's time for Memphis to make his picks.
You said oldest to youngest, and you're older than me by 24 days. So
Oh,
it's your
24
pick.
days. I forgot about myself.
Yeah.
Okay, I will pick. Okay, put them on the board, please.
Of course you did.
Florida. Give me UConn.
Okay.
Give me Colorado State.
Nice.
That's going to be my 12. Maryland. Give me Drake. Give me Texas Tech. Give me Kansas. Give me St. John's.
Oh, that's a good
Give
one.
me Florida. Give me Maryland. Give me Texas Tech. Give me
Tech.
St. John's.
Oh, that's a good one.
Give me Florida. Give me Texas Tech. Give me Florida. Gators in the Final Four. Okay, now.
Gators.
Very nice. That was efficient, I felt.
Florida people are happy.
How the hell was Florida not in the South?
That's
Yeah,
true.
they have these regions. I don't know why
Because they
do
get
that.
put in different regions. They the number 4, number 1 seed.
I think it's just where the game is being played. That's the
Okay.
region. They
It's the
send them there.
region, not the reason.
All right, let's go on to Memphis.
Yes.
You are our final picker.
Let's do it.
So go ahead. Let's get to it. Let's
Hey.
stop. What region do you get? Midwest. All right.
Midwest.
Houston.
Houston.
All right, go ahead. You pick them.
Okay, I can't really see from where it's
Gonzaga or Georgia?
called. Georgia.
Clemson or McNeese?
McNeese.
McNeese. I said it wrong. Purdue or High Point?
Purdue.
Thank you.
Illinois or Texas or Xavier?
Oh, wow. Let's go Illinois.
Yeah.
All right. Kentucky, Troy.
Kentucky.
UCLA, Utah State.
Utah State.
Just select Tennessee. Why don't you?
Yeah, of course. Put
Hey,
Tennessee.
come
Thank
on.
you very much.
Derp.
Gotta pick Tennessee.
All right.
Next, Houston, Georgia.
Houston.
McNeese or Purdue?
McNeese.
Oh, wow. Upset special there. Illinois or Kentucky?
Illinois.
Wow. Big upset there. Utah State or Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Okay, you're coming down to the wire here.
Mm-hmm.
Houston or McNeese?
Houston.
And then Tennessee.
Tennessee.
And then it's
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
So
Dirt.
let's take a look at our Final Four. We
Yep.
have Iowa State representing the Cyclones for Mr. Ramo G. Nice
Ramo.
picks.
That's a
Ramo.
good one.
Yeah,
You
not
have
bad, not bad.
Duke, Florida, and Tennessee. I mean, that is a pretty solid Final
Yeah, it
Four.
is.
If you
It
want
is.
to take that bracket all the way to the bank,
That's our bracket.
go ahead and
pick.
submit that
I'm going
bracket
to
in the
take a
back.
C.
See,
Yeah, make sure you put the Outcast podcast bracket pick.
see if you guys could have that clip for later in the show. Look up Summer School. Test
yeah.
the test where the kid picks C.
C.
I haven't seen that in so long. I would.
I
love to
can't
see
tell
that.
you how many tests I took like that, or just a Christmas
just
tree method.
bubbled
You
the
got a
C's.
Christmas tree because if you go straight down the line like that, the teacher's going to see that.
What do you mean,
You
like
got a
Christmas
Christmas tree.
tree? What do
It's
you
got to
mean?
be in all around different places.
You know, there's something
Christmas tree.
to say about the letter C, though. They say that's the most typical answer. If you don't know the answer to the question,
Here it
It's
is.
going to be a C.
answer
Class.
C.
Chainsaw. That's Tomkat taking a test.
See?
That's his driver's test.
Mr. Shoop. One more second. C.
See,
Oh, shit. What's his name?
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Summer School. If you've never seen
That movie is hilarious.
Grab him.
Yeah, watch it. That's a great movie. Let's move on to our next topic. This is a very, very haunting story that I'm reading here. This was brought to us by our producers in the back. If you guys can bring up the news story, this is about a stepmom and a dad who put their kid away for 20 years.
What?
Very sad
What,
story.
he got arrested?
I need coffee.
No, like he's been put in the basement and locked up, and you're not allowed to leave the house, like grounded
I
for
heard
life.
that.
That's not funny. That's sad.
He been on a punishment for 20 years.
Child abuse.
Was
That
he
is totally
was
child abuse.
adopted, I would imagine.
Oh, see,
correct?
that's even worse. Fox fucked up.
Let's
though.
hear the latest. If we could go to the truck with the news story. Roll it.
In Connecticut responded to a house on fire.
What they found was a house of horrors. And now Tom Hansen reports the owner is under arrest.
This
Yeah, that
Waterbury,
just looks
Connecticut
fucking
home
shady.
turned into
Scary
a
house.
prison for a 32-year-old man who says he was held captive for 20 years.
Damn.
Chief Fernando Spagnolo has spent 3 decades in law enforcement.
This is the most horrific act of inhumanity that I've ever witnessed as a police officer. And frankly, in this position, travel a lot around the country, talk to my peers at different conferences and summits, and I've just never really heard anything as terrible as this story.
Police arrested the man's stepmother on Wednesday. 56-year-old Kimberly Sullivan was charged with
She looks like a
assault,
bitch.
kidnapping, and
Yes, she do.
unlawful imprisonment. She's denied any wrongdoing.
How'd she get a chance to put makeup
The
on?
victim says he lit the house on fire to escape using hand sanitizer, paper, and a lighter.
Resourceful.
A regular
Yes.
MacGyver.
Yeah.
The room
It's a little late,
he
but
stands at
hey,
5'9"
better late than never.
and he
Yeah,
weighs
it took him
68
32
pounds.
years.
Wow, it's amazing that he's alive.
Oh, they said he was like
Warrant for the
68
stepmother's
pounds.
arrest states the alleged victim says he was locked in a second-floor room that measured 8 by 9 feet. He was only let out for 15 minutes to 2 hours a day to do house chores.
Wow, this is a wild,
Damn.
nasty story. Do you guys ever have to be grounded when you were younger or anything? Like,
Hell
where it's like,
yeah, you
Yeah.
got been put on a punishment. Hell yeah.
That's got my ass beat.
never for 20 years, I hope.
Nah, like 3 days was like fucking forever.
Are
Like,
you kidding? I've been married twice.
oh boy.
Well, how do you
But
think
them
something
boots,
like
that
this,
was a joke.
It's a
Tomkat?
marriage joke.
It was.
I want to ask Tomkat, how do you think something like this happens for this long? Like, how can a kid get locked up for 20 years and not be able to get out?
You do make a good point. I don't know, man. I mean, you'd figure he'd find a way out of that wood freaking window. I mean, it's a wood window. 20 years? A year, even a year. I mean, damn, you can't find a way out the window. You can't figure out how to get out of the house. How stupid is this damn kid? You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, is it mean? That's mean. But
I would think-
I mean, it's like, how can you not find your way out of the fucking house?
Well, I would
I
also
agree.
say this,
Fucking-
just like thinking about it, if it started when he was 11, I could see where maybe you could manipulate a child from like 11 to about 16 or so. So I could see how maybe you could manipulate them to let them somehow believe that this is the way that life is and that you're just, locking them down and threatening them and they somehow bow down to you. But by the time you're about 22, 23, you're thinking, hey, daddy, I'm about to beat your fucking ass.
Yeah, but
You ain't holding me down.
brainwashing is serious. Like, you could really emotionally fuck somebody up. And who's not to say that this kid is not already wasn't on the spectrum or some shit like that? Like, maybe obviously his life was not very rewarding for him. Like, he was in an extremely bad position. My only argument is that teenage girls sneak out of the house all the time, bro. Like,
There's no stopping it. Right.
Like, you couldn't figure out like how to get out at all.
That being
I
said,
just don't know how you keep a teenager from sneaking
if he
out.
was brainwashed and they starved him, like, that could fuck you
They
up.
did. They said he was down to like 68 pounds.
That fucks with
Yeah,
your brain,
I get
dude.
it.
It doesn't make you you don't think straight when you're hungry. You do not.
Right.
Yeah, especially Ramo.
And if they
Clearly.
started,
Exactly.
if they started
Where's
from
my
when the snack drawer, if they started from when he's young, right? They get him when he's young, and they train him like the Gentry said to know that's all he knows, and then maybe he thinks this is normal, and then one day he passes by the phone or he sees the TV, and he's like, "Wait a minute, spring break, what's going on? Fucking out!"
That's probably what it was too. So that's how he got their hand sanitizer and everything else. You're like, oh fuck that.
He snuck out of his fucking room and saw one of them Girls Gone Wild infomercials.
like, no, hell no.
Back in
This
the day, he
shit
was
has
like,
got
"What
to
the
end."
fuck?"
I remember
Wow.
I had a stepmother who was pretty stern, At one point, I thought maybe she was going to lock me up. Because
Really?
I was a troubled child.
Yeah, you probably just
I did get sent to a military academy in 7th grade.
Yeah?
Yeah, in Florida. Yeah, it was a
What was that like?
air academy. It sucked, man. And I got in trouble there, and I had to do hours where I would have to like scrub the floor and do mess hall duty at like 5 a.m. and all kind of crazy shit, and we had to run.
I never
fucking
knew that
PT.
about you, bro.
It sucked.
Damn.
Florida Air Academy. It's in Melbourne, Florida. I
Do you think you learned anything while you were there?
not to go back?
Did they teach you any discipline? I think they were there to discipline.
They were, and you could have, and it could have been cool. You could learn how to fly, and on the weekends they took you to like SeaWorld and to Disney and shit.
And
but
you
I
didn't wanna
only
do none of
I
that
only
fun
got to go
shit?
to one thing. It was merit based. If you fucked up, you got the stick.
He
if you were good,
is
you
my
got to do
cousin
that.
Tony,
and I
man.
was good in the beginning, but then I started fucking up and I started getting the stick heavy. By the end, it was bad.
Dude, you are my cousin Tony. I swear to God. One time we came down, me, my brother, and my cousin came down to Florida to go to SeaWorld, Disney World, like all the parks with my aunt, right? And we were going to bring my cousin Tony with us. He fucked it up, bro. Like every time he did some shit that was just
Trying to
fucking
ride
for
Shamu,
himself,
jumping in the
And it
tank.
was like, no, he didn't even get to go. What happened is we went to Pizza Hut before we were gonna come down to Northport, Florida, where my aunt lived, and he ended up stealing the cup. Well, he walked out.
love
with it
those.
full
Oh,
of
those
soda.
old cups?
The
Them
old school
some
red
old
one.
school cups, though. Yeah,
and
they
he
were.
came home and his stepdad wasn't having it, and he was.
Where we get this damn cup from, boy?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
I can only think of one other
Hater.
child that I know of from my childhood that got locked up for 20 years and wasn't allowed out, and it's this guy. You remember?
Exactly.
You remember Sloth?
Yeah.
They locked him up for I don't know how old he was. He seemed like he was 35
I
at
just
least
watched
in
that
the
about
movie.
2 months ago. Yeah, he looked old, didn't he?
I wonder if that's what that kid looked like when he came out of that fire.
It's not that much weight on him, though. He'd be a lot skinnier than that.
Yeah, because remembering.
Okay, you knock it out. You set it out now.
Yeah, Sloth was thick, man. He had muscle on him.
They fed him. You remember? They had fed him in
Baby
the
Ruth
movie.
and shit.
Okay, y'all cut
He had all that
out
ice
now.
cream in there with the dead dude.
This is actual footage from the kid.
We have that mask right over there, and it is fucking.
Put it on,
exact-
put it
I
on.
thought that was your face, Tom.
Yeah, I'm like, what you did? You take your face off?
Look at that teeth. Look at those teeth.
Oh, no.
What a great movie, Goonies. I love
Yeah,
that
that
movie.
shit was great.
All right, let's move on to our next topic.
Trunk.
Our next topic
I don't have
is,
to put it on. I look like it.
did you hear about this? This could be breaking news. Hold on a second. I got to go to the newsroom for this particular
Uh-oh.
story if I can find it. Oh, there we go. Time to go to the newsroom. I'm hearing we just got this news into the newsroom. The French, they are asking for the Statue of Liberty back, and they ain't playing games.
A French.
I think a lot of the French people are pissed off.
A French. A French person.
Are you sure it's just a French? Or
well-
is it more than one, plural, Frenches?
In the news, it is the French ambassador, I think. Or
Yeah.
Can we
it's like
roll
a-
the tape? There's somebody who believes that the Statue of Liberty belongs with the French. Roll the tape.
Donald Trump's political agenda and his decision to spearhead a plan to end the war in Ukraine. Party leader Raphael Glucksmann took aim at supporters of the US president in the French political sphere.
Ne laissons jamais.
Let's make sure we never, ever let the Trump and Musk fan club into our country.
Rendez-nous la statue de la liberté.
Give us back the Statue of Liberty.
that's very freedom loving.
And it seems
Don't
like
let the people that don't agree with us into our country. Give us back the Statue of Liberty. Suck it. Come get it, motherfucker. And if it wasn't for us, you'd be speaking German, bitch. Remember World War II?
Well,
A little humility, maybe.
that's
We
a mis-
saved your ass.
That's a
So,
misnomer, but
remember that.
I personally think they were just saying it. He was saying it as a dig. I'm not sure they actually meant it in their heart. They're
I
probably
feel
just
like
trying to-
Canada, now the French are trying to gang up on the U.S.
Well,
Not a good idea. Let me just tell you. Hey, you know our major export is bullets. So we're ready. We're fucking ready.
I think
No,
that's just. I think it's all just whatever. It's
what do you think? It's whatever. What
No,
do you think?
I don't think he's anybody of importance to really like make it an issue for anybody to even respond. Like we're bigger than that. We should be, right?
What's the problem?
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
And why is
It's
he
just
so
one
what-
person. Like who cares what one person says? Like, all right, sure.
Screw that
Fair
guy
enough.
though.
Do you guys
Yeah,
know
whatever.
Do you guys know the
Fuck 'em.
history of the Lady Liberty? Do you know like
Yeah, that it came from France. They
why
gave it
why
to
did
us.
they give it to us? Do you know why?
I do.
Why did they give it to us?
Please.
Please tell us, Memphis.
Because it was because of slavery. Idiot. It was because of slavery. Like,
Is that the only reason? There was multiple reasons.
well,
why
that
they
was
gave
part
it to us.
of it. That was a big part of it, just because they had abolished slavery in the United States. Yeah.
It says here that it was given to us in 1886.
To
so,
celebrate the centennial of American.
I was built in 1886. And then in 1876 it looks like is when it was given to us. What am I reading here? It says France and the U.S. had been allies since the American Revolution, and the statue symbolized their enduring friendship.
Friendship, sure.
France saw the U.S. as a model for democratic values.
True.
And wanted to honor its success. Here it is for Memphis, end of slavery. The broken chains at the statue's feet represent the
abolition
of slavery after the Civil War.
That's all that matters to me.
Many in France hoped for a democratic reform in their own country and saw the statue as a beacon of liberty.
How would they get it? Like
the same way they brought it over
tip
here.
it over on the barge? Yeah, I guess they brought it here.
They brought it here so they can easily come back.
At the end of the day, we could just build another one.
And honestly, it'd be really hard to take apart now. It's all rusted and stuff. That's why it's the color it is.
It's like because it wasn't green in the beginning, right?
No.
You know Trump would just build a gold one, so don't take that one.
It'd be a golden statue of him.
It'd be like disco lights coming out of it.
And he'd be grabbing Lady
It would
Liberty
be
by
the
the
largest.
The vaginas, yeah.
Let's get some tits on her. She has no tits. It's
You know
too
what they
much
say
clothes.
about
A big old vag.
I'm not a biblical kind of guy, but you know they say some shit about folks who worship shit like that. So I don't
Worship
know.
what, like the Statue of Liberty?
No, I'm talking about like golden objects and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I mean,
Idols.
like
Golden
I'm not a Christian, but I know that in y'all book that's what it said. It's a story. It don't end well. Pretty much. Put it
Unless
to
the
this
golden
way.
idol's across, yeah.
Or how about even the golden cow in the Moses story when he went up the hill and got the 10 Commandments?
Yeah, point. That's the point. Is like
That was Moses,
whatever.
right? Yeah.
What's next?
So Tomkat, what would you build in its place if they come and pick it up? What would you like to see built in the place of Lady Liberty? Would you erect a statue of Donald Trump or what?
Erect makes me think maybe we should just put a big dong there. I don't know, a giant eagle or something. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be cool. Big ass eagle with its wings up, something like that.
Yeah. How
That
about
moves like when people go by.
How about a big ass hawk? That shit could be like, caw.
what would you build, Memphis?
Nothing.
You just like leave it for a site for people to come by and be like, well, that's where it used to be.
That's what it was.
Now
man.
it's out of here.
Like, not my problem. I don't care.
Not your problem?
Not my problem. Not my problem.
Who would you want to see a statue of? Is there anyone that you would like to see a statue of that you think deserves one? Or maybe not a person, but just a representation of anything.
I would. I would like to see a life size model statue of Optimus Prime and Megatron. That'd be great. Oh, that'd be awesome. The Autobots and the
I'd go check it out.
Decepticons. I'd go see that. They'd be like, oh, look at that. The Statue of Liberty is there, but we got the Autobot and the Decepticons.
That's actually a pretty good idea. I got to give it to you for that.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I get behind that.
Autobots roll out,
Let's
and if they
go.
would transform, at certain times of the day, like at high noon, all of a sudden they transform.
And they alternated, so they didn't do it at the same time. Like one would transform to something, the other would transform. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, I could dig it. All right, let's move on to our next topic, which is we're going to stick with a basketball theme today. I don't know if anybody's seen it. I know Knicks fans are pretty happy that the Knicks are right in the thick of things, and it's been a while since the Knicks have been good. And Tracy Morgan was at the basketball game, and we have some footage. I hope he's okay. I hear that he wasn't feeling well, but here's the footage of Tracy Morgan at the Knicks game. What's he doing?
Puking.
He's doing what? Ew, why are we playing him puking?
Ew.
That's disgusting. So he was puking, they say. Tracy Morgan, Knick fan, puking.
He says he had food poisoning.
Oh, boy.
That's
no fun, dude.
Oh, I had food poisoning.
Do we have his?
He might have had food poisoning.
Yeah, that shit's gross. I had it not too long ago and it's disgusting. Please don't show that again.
Do we have, I think he said, didn't he say something about this after the fact?
Obviously, he went to
posted something.
McDonald's.
Yeah, he probably before.
Can I
or
get a
after?
drum roll, please? God damn it.
You want a drum roll? It's
That-
not
Why
a
are you
drum-
hating on the McD's?
It's not a drum roll.
I'm not
They
a
call it
whatever
a
the
rim
what-
shot.
That rim shot, yeah, that
They're taking him off in a wheelchair.
one. I could use a rim shot at my age.
So I wonder what did he eat? Because, food poisoning does happen.
It does.
folks.
It does.
There he is in the hospital.
He
There.
looks
Let's
like he's in good spirits.
roll the tape here.
He's always in good spirits.
What does it say here? I'm doing okay, and now doctors are saying it was food poisoning, is what he said on his Instagram. So it's good to see that he's going to be
Yeah.
okay.
Ramo, you had food poisoning.
I did.
All
I
right,
have
we
to say
have
it.
time for one more topic. This is another one. Memphis is bringing a lot of things to the table.
Good job, man.
I told you I get y'all good content.
You're pretty
Don't
good
play
here.
with-
Well, calm
Don't
down.
play with me.
All right,
Calm down.
Can we roll this clip? This is from a podcast called the Pivot Podcast, and it's become very popular. It's got some former NFL players. Ryan Clark is the main host, and I know they got Fred Taylor, who is a running back for the Gators and for the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
And
yeah.
then
Did he play for Indianapolis too?
who's the
No,
other?
it was Edgerrin James.
Who's the other linebacker that they have from Miami? That I can't remember his name.
He went to Florida too, though.
Yep, he did. So about where did Ryan Clark go to college? Do we know?
LSU.
Okay,
He went to LSU.
All Southeast Conference guys.
He was considered for like GM for a couple of franchises for a while there.
Oh,
He's a smart guy. I like Ryan Clark. But Anthony Mackie, isn't he like a superhero now at this point?
Captain America.
Captain America.
Okay, I like him.
He was.
Yeah, he's dope.
He was on the Pivot Podcast and he was talking about success not being earned but given. Let's listen to the clip and then we'll comment.
Shit. And what I realized yesterday thinking about it, we're lying to our kids, dog. And I think that's a big problem in our community. We tell our kids that and this is fresh on my heart. Like I literally just came to this conclusion last night. We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true. Success is given. It's not earned. Because you can be the most brilliant. If one person don't tap you, each one of y'all. There were people who could hit harder, who could catch better, who could run faster, but somebody said, you.
Do you believe in that, Memphis? That success is not earned, it is given?
Nowadays, yeah, I really do. Shit, man, because everybody wanted the easy way, or it's like if you have the certain look, or nobody want to work hard, and even if you work hard, I mean, shit, nepotism. I mean, people hire family members over people that are better deserving for a position, and it's all kind of shit. Yeah, absolutely, I believe that 100%. Yeah, color your skin, all that.
What do you think, Tomkat?
I think if you outwork people, you will succeed over them all day long.
I would think that
all day.
A lot of times. I would think in sports too, like if you don't deliver, if you don't earn, I mean, you could maybe be given the position, but we're all watching the games and we all see the box scores and we all see your batting average. With the numbers today, you can see, these players are graded on a daily basis. So I would think that you have to earn your spot. Or
But he was
else
talking about
you
in
get
general,
kicked out.
not just in lead to sports. He's talking about in general.
Okay, in general, like
because he's
in the workplace.
Anthony Mackie, because he's an actor.
So you think he's maybe thinking people are getting roles over him because of who they are, which that's a good old boy network.
Sure,
Hey,
I mean, hell, you and I, we radio guys, and we've done some really big shit. I mean, there are people that have gotten positions over me that I know I was better than. So I mean, that happened. Yeah, of course it happened. I mean, a fool not to say they don't.
But that's what happens. One thing quick, and then Tomkat, you can talk.
Yeah.
But like Adam Sandler, for instance, I know he hires the people. You see the same people in all of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
He hires his people. I would say that in Hollywood, if you're a director and you had your actor that was you guys had lightning in a bottle, then for future films, I would say, yeah, this guy's gonna get the job because I have a relationship. I work well with them. I know them. So I could see where that would be the case in Hollywood. What do you say, Tomkat?
I almost forgot it. But I would just say about this guy. Shut up. What I would say about this guy is it must be said that he is the leading role in Marvel action movies and shit.
That I hear is getting negative reviews and considered a box office disappointment.
Bullshit.
But they gave him his shot.
I've seen it 3 times. That movie's fucking badass.
The reviews are in,
and
it's
that's not
looking good for the guy with that.
That's not necessarily. He's not. I don't think he's necessarily saying that excluding himself from that particular situation. He may know it because he got chosen for a part that maybe he felt he wasn't,
because he's the new Captain America. He was not always Captain, and plus, plus he's black. On top of that,
let me just quickly say I saw that interview with him, and he said some other things that I really liked about men being men in the household and bringing back the man of the household and things like he talked about in that same interview that I really liked that he said some shit that maybe wouldn't be too PC especially in Hollywood. But he said it, and he stood up for guys in a culture that was, hating on toxic masculinity.
Well, it's not so much that it's like people who run that whole toxic thing. I mean, are there some toxic ass guys out here like just bad? Yeah, but they're also toxic ass women. So you get them both. What he was saying was for us as men, and I can only speak for our generation because we was talking about a generation before us, right? But this is just my opinion. I think the reason that the generations behind us are a little soft is because of the men in our generation. Because I look at dudes like, look, the way I was brought up, you know what I'm saying? We weren't brought up soft. You had to be tough. You had to be hard, but you also had to be smart. You had to have compassion. You had to have all that. But there are more men out here nowadays that have like this inflated ego that feel like as if they're this alpha guy, and it's like, what fucking makes you alpha? Like, this is stupid because there are 25 other letter alphabet men that'll whoop your ass.
But the reason you need to be an alpha is to protect your family. But you have to be an alpha. You need to be an alpha to protect because an alpha is the person that protects the children.
But a beta man will kill you. What are you talking about?
No, you won't if you're protecting your family.
Bullshit. Like, I think this is just my opinion.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. You just don't want to hear it. What I'm saying is this. But then too bad. Then you're gonna hear it anyway.
Go for it.
The point is that men need to be men, but don't be trying to be like extra. It's like women out here. Don't try to be a man or be this something that you're not. Like, everybody should know their place, but you ain't got to be extra with it. And that's where the problem comes in. And people, these labels and shit, it's fucking stupid.
Just to get back to the topic before we move on, I'll say this. My point of view is I believe it both happens. I think it happens, the way, that he's saying, that Memphis is saying, and the way that Tomkat says. I think both can be true. They're not, it's not either one or the other. I think they both kind of happen. And as far as him as an actor, if you haven't seen The Night Before, go see him in that, dude.
That film is fucking crazy.
Great.
I think he's a great actor. I am reading here, though, that Captain America Brave New World, officially a flop. It's currently one of the lowest grossing MCU movies. It did have a decent opening weekend, but it might not even make its money back. So
that sucks.
I guess it didn't. So I could see why he's.
Well, he flies. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Captain America. Well, Superman flies.
Captain America
wings though.
Well, he was Falcon. Feminine. He was Falcon before he was Captain America. Ain't nothing feminine about that. That was his character, and he used to kick motherfuckers' asses and shit. Like, ain't nothing feminine about that. You gotta watch
the wings. The wings are like girl things.
Captain America never flew before.
But if you see, you guys are not comic book folks, because I can guarantee if we have in our audience that are listening that like comic books, they be like, no, Captain America Falcon was also Captain America at one point. They going according to the storyline.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
But see, you're not a Marvel fan, so that's why.
Well, I like Marvel. I'm just not like
you're not like hardcore. Like I'm hardcore.
I don't follow that shit.
Yeah, I like that shit.
I think next week we should have
need to put the rest of us down, man. Like, that's cool.
Next week I'd like to have a Captain America Marvel
DC fun shit.
I'm just saying, like, it's cool, like, awesome.
Next week we're gonna do a segment called "Who's Your Favorite Superhero?" I can't wait.
I'm good. Shit.
All right,
I'm into that segment, Gentry.
It's now time for Tomkat's not so good news, but stay tuned next week. We'll be doing "Who's Your Favorite
Butt Plugs and Booty
Superhero?"
I need chips.
Tomkat is a superhero himself.
Thank you.
He's our newsman superhero.
The greatest American hero.
Yes. It's all you, Tomkat. What's going on?
Welcome to the news segment portion of the Outcast podcast. A brief history of March 19th. On this day in 1918, the U.S. Congress established time zones and approved daylight savings time.
Yeah, I'm not
Mostly
sure about that one.
Trying to get rid of it now. 1931, Nevada legalized gambling.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, buddy.
Sin
Party
City.
time started.
Good thing for the
1931.
mobsters.
1953, the Academy Awards were televised for the first time.
All right.
Yep. On March 19th, 2008, a giant asteroid named 2008 EZ7 passed freakishly close to Earth. It's odd how they don't tell us that shit till after.
Yeah,
when they tell us that shit.
They probably didn't know.
And
Jack.
Bruce Willis was also born on March 19th.
Really?
I like Bruce Willis.
He's fun.
March 19th has a few interesting international and national observances. St. Joseph's Day, Father's Day in Spain, Portugal, and Italy.
Yeah.
Client's Day, a business-friendly holiday. Swallows return to San Juan Capistrano Day. I'm glad I said that right.
Who swallows? What did you say?
That didn't sound right. Swallow, I think their birds return to San Juan Capistrano on
Where
that
the hell
day.
is that?
San Juan. It's in San Juan.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico.
Oh, Ramo place.
World Social Work Day. Boom. On to the news. This is a crazy video that went viral this week of President Donald Trump being struck in the face with a mic.
I saw that.
In a viral media moment that is going viral.
Look at his reaction.
His reaction is great.
It is.
They call this thing a dead cat, this little mic.
He liked it.
That reporter was going to Guantanamo for about 2 seconds there. They fucking.
He was like, yeah. He was like, do I? Yeah, I kind of
Yeah,
like
but the president just shrugged it off.
His
and,
hair is looking really
nice.
good in that wind. Look at that comb over. What? Not so much there, but in the wind, it was looking really good. Look at that.
Bang!
Solid look.
Spring break crowds in Fort Lauderdale are already starting to get rowdy. Joseph Pettis recorded the video of people boxing on the beach. Why aren't they playing football? One guy said. Something is not going to get people hurt. Well, I guess they're taking bets, and they got boxing gloves, and they got a fight club going on the beach out here. And there's some wild video of spring break.
Spring break is in full swing in South Florida, and in Fort Lauderdale, things have already been a little rowdy.
Seems like my kind of party. Who wants to go get beat up at a party?
Yep, Fort Lauderdale gonna cancel spring break just like Miami did.
I thought they already did.
No, Miami did. And well, too bad. Y'all,
tighten up, kids.
It's stupid, yeah.
That's too bad.
On to crazy scenes in Atlanta. Crazy scenes in streets in Atlanta. A bunch of men got into a huge fight in full view of security guards, and it's all on video.
This looks like the same fight.
This is a different fight.
We have a different fight?
Yeah, this is the one after. This is an Atlanta fight. This is a group of, I think, homosexual men. I don't know how I know they're homosexual. I'm just assuming they are.
Because the way they were punching?
Yes.
He said yes.
A lot of punches thrown.
Yeah, but look how limp wristed they
Look at
are.
them pants, though.
Damn, they all out there fighting for real.
Whoa, that guy! I can see where. He's got a purse as well.
He got a sweet swing, is what I'm saying.
Defend the satchel.
But they are whooping some ass. The security guards are like, I ain't getting in that shit.
Are they at the
balls in his
airport?
face. Straight balls in the face. Bip.
After this, they went and had a beer and had an orgy.
We're told police were not called, and everyone involved in the brawl went their separate ways after the fight died down.
That's cool.
Let them fight.
Yeah.
We've seen lots of fights in
They
there.
worked it out.
I
They were
really fight
cousins.
This is in Atlanta.
Get shot.
All right, this is a much more chill video. NASA astronauts Anne McClain and Nicole Ayers, Jax and Takayuna Onasashi all got to the International Space Station ISS on Sunday as the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft docked. And this is amazing. This is the Dragon spacecraft docking with the space station right here.
Is this Elon Musk going to pick up those astronauts?
This is Elon Musk going to pick up the astronauts after Joe Biden left them stranded in space for political reasons.
That damn Joe Biden.
They can't give this guy any credit. You'll see. But this is the most amazing shit you are going to see right now.
No, that's pretty awesome. But I'm pretty sure he wasn't out there working on this. He's a scientist doing that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think I see Elon right in the
There
back
he is.
there. There he is. There's Elon.
And then I put
Well, he
another
should be there.
video
That's awesome.
of them splashing down, which is really cool as well. And
Yeah.
we may have- So
why,
this is
why
this
do you
is
think? Why do you think Joe Biden didn't want to pick him up?
Yeah, look,
you have any idea,
Elon
Ron?
said that. Elon said that in an interview. I'm just quoting him. He said for political reasons, he left him up there. He didn't want to give him a win as they're going into the election with Trump because he was supporting Trump. That's Elon said that.
Okay.
So yeah. So it's a lie.
Okay. A Florida man is facing charges after he allegedly stole an ambulance from Tampa Hospital and led police on a chase over the weekend.
Florida man.
But what's crazy about it is after he got pulled over, he starts chugging a beer, and you can openly see this guy before he gets yanked out of the fucking ambulance here.
He was
Florida
having fun.
man.
Yeah, he was having fun.
He started. So I put skip forward to I think about 123 or something, and you can see him in there chugging his beer before he gets yanked out.
This is like Grand Theft
There
Auto.
he is. You see him chugging the beer.
What was on the radio? I bet. What do you think?
I'm gonna go.
Fuck the police, probably.
Well, he's pulled over.
Florida man.
So he wasn't technically drinking
That's some
and
bullshit
driving.
because anybody else that looked like me would have been shot. What the fuck? Shooting
It's
his
empty
ass.
now. All they can get him for is a Open container.
43-year-old Michael J. Esquin drove the wrong side of the road, nearly crashed into a whole bunch of other drivers before finally getting yanked out of that.
Hey, at least they're kicking his ass too.
Can we see a picture?
They are not kicking his ass.
Can we see a picture of his
Looked like they
mugshot?
were.
Let's see if we can get his mugshot before the end of the show.
All right. Next, I had that Tracy Morgan story, but we saw that. Next, a college basketball player allegedly ambushed an elderly man in a California bar, knocking the hell out of this guy during a drunken altercation that was all caught on video.
What a jerk.
Law enforcement said, yep, Owen Hayes, 21 years old.
Jack.
Now, the older guy is in the white shirt there with his, then when he turns his back, Owen Hayes comes back. His friends try to push him away. And then he comes back right here, and he hits the guy in the white shirt there. Bip, and he goes down.
Oh, that was a hard hit.
That was a hard hit. He's 21 years old. The guy he hit is 84 years old.
Why the hell did he hit him?
Blindside, too.
He's a college baseball player, and he is in trouble.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yep. He plays baseball at the Masters University at Santa Clarita.
No, he doesn't.
Nah, no more.
He not. All right. An unidentified man was caught on video eating a dead rat in New York City street over the weekend.
Hey, man, times are rough.
The man was filmed with a rodent eating it, sitting on a sidewalk.
He's homeless.
In the Bronx on Saturday. A City Hall spokesperson told the outlet that they're reaching out to the health department to help locate the unidentified man. It's not known at this time if the unidentified man has been found as of Monday afternoon. Health officials told TMZ that they are concerned for the man's health. In other news, there have been reports of a man turning into a giant rat and running around in NYC sewers with 4 giant turtles.
I never saw him eat the rat. Do we have footage of him?
If you would have let it keep going, it would have been a rat.
I ain't looking at that. You sick as
At
hell.
the very end, he picks the whole. He's eating it there, but at the very end, he picks the whole rat up and he puts it in his mouth.
Did he cook it?
That's disgusting.
It is.
That is
No,
nasty.
hell no,
I
he
can't
didn't
believe
cook
you
it.
even looking at that. That's
All right, an investigation into a deadly shooting involving police and a chainsaw-wielding man in West Suburban St. Charles late last year has found no wrongdoing on the part of officers this Monday. The shooting unfolded around 8:45 on a Sunday, December 21st, back in 2024. This is nuts. This guy got into this old folks home. There he is with his chainsaw.
They take him out?
They end up shooting him, but if you skip forward a little bit, you'll see him. He ends up starting it. Then he starts running around and chasing everybody with a chainsaw. It's straight out of a horror movie. It looks actually, you know what this looks like? One of those Resident Evil video games.
Why did they tase him now?
That's a taser.
Trying to gear
You
it
can
up
see
and
that's
everything.
that's a taser right there. He tried to tase him, but then he started it. And once
he got
he
a
started
nice jacket. Yeah.
here's a tip to the guy. You got to start the chainsaw before you go into the old folks' home.
100%.
For maximum,
Nah, bump that. See,
I think he didn't put the choke on is the problem.
He didn't.
You got to choke those
he's
things
down.
a little bit.
So he tried to tase him, then he got up, I guess, and he got it started.
Don't
Now,
tase me, bro.
There's people are still eating dinner right there. That's insane.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock. Of course.
Now
they
he's
are.
chasing people around, dude.
Oh, that's a gun.
Oh, yeah, it's hammer time now.
Hey, hammer time. Oh.
Take him out. Take him out. It's time to win the game.
Holy cow.
It does look like a video game kind of.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, he's
It
down.
does.
Although everybody in there is down. It's an old folks home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they couldn't tell.
All right, next up, this is my last story. It's better. This is a delivery driver in China that turned into a real-life action star this week, going full Street Fighter in an epic showdown with 2 security guards.
Oh, look at this guy. He don't fucking play, man.
This
Look
is
at
a
that.
delivery driver in China.
And what, they were trying to mess with him?
Yeah, they were, let's see. The delivery driver dude sees the other guy by his clothing, skill. The reason behind this wild showdown
It's like a Bruce Lee movie.
He ain't connected to get off me, bitch. Watch
It's
out.
like a movie scene.
That was nice.
The reason behind this wild showdown remains a mystery, but theories are flying like those kicks, baby.
But, I mean,
Nobody knows really
he
why it
doesn't
happened.
have the power, bro, because them dudes weren't falling like I seen the Kung Fu Saturday.
They were wearing big jackets.
I mean,
though.
he's getting tossed around and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
he's supposed to, like, strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
he was whooping their ass. I mean, shit, you can't get. They was getting their ass whooped. He was whooping their ass,
He did.
man.
He did.
Man, look.
He did. Yeah,
Get that
that's
man his
embarrassing
props. Give him
video.
his
I used to
props.
deliver pizzas.
I
You
would
want to
turn
do
in
that
my badge.
all the time. You want to do that, and especially to the guards at like the gates, the security gates, when you're late and you just got to deliver the pizza and they won't let you in.
Like, look, motherfucker, I got 2 minutes to get it there or it's free.
Is that what you say to your wife? What are you talking about? 2 minutes to get there. You
Boom.
No, she already knows that. I don't have to announce it.
2 minutes to
Get
get it,
yours.
Ray.
Yeah, get yours.
Or you got to pay for it.
That's it.
Yeah, 2 minutes free.
That's
a hell of a show, boys. I mean, we really packed it in today. That was nice.
That's what she said.
Nice job.
Ramo like it like that.
Nice job. All right. Anybody want to say anything before we cut everything off here?
We paid a power bill.
I think we did.
I believe we did pay.
Okay, good. So we all right then.
Be kind to each other.
Yeah, man. It's all about men.
Be kind.
Yeah.
You remember what they used to put on when you would rent a VHS tape?
Yeah, be kind, please rewind.
Be kind and please rewind.
They made a movie named that.
You kids won't know anything about that.
No.
Yeah, just remember.
Download that IP in the Margaritaville pool, baby.
Yeah.
Check out that joint.
Go jump in there and take a leak. Request a song. Piss in the pool.
Make sure you hydrate. Don't be like peeing in the pool and it's all yellow and stuff. You know, that ain't healthy.
That's it. We're kicked off.
That's going to wrap it up for us. From deep questions about our past and future selves. Also, March Madness. I mean, Tracy Morgan lost his lunch on the show. This has been a real riveting program.
Yeah, we're pretty good, man. All right.
Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and as always, stay an outcast. We'll catch you next week. God bless America.
Peace out, y'all.
This was my ass. This was my ass.
My ass. I want some French fries with some Wagyu tallow.